All right, Polite Banter the podcast, episode number 7. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Elijah, how you doing?
I am doing pretty good there, Mr. Jacob. Had a nice busy week of homework. So, yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, I a lot of homework. I will say that because I feel like there's like 3 weeks of school left. 4.
Right, yeah, everything's kind of wrapping up now. So, all the professors are like, these papers are due and these projects are due. So, I
Yeah,
mean, we knew it was coming, though.
that on top of was it housing like deposits and then choosing new classes.
Oh yeah.
It's been a lot. So yeah, interesting. All right, Grant, Mr. G Stanky himself. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. Last week it was kind of busy. Had a presentation, had a couple tests, the whole shebang, but this week is going pretty good. I don't know.
Nice. And I will say, I told Grant this already, but I had a Zoom like presentation I had to do, and I feel like, and no offense to my classmates, but everybody was kind of nervous, because they were like, it's over Zoom, and they were like, doing the whole nervous thing. Me though, I had this podcast experience, so I kind of buckled up and did my podcast voice. Was like, all right, guys, watch this, and did my whole presentation. It was pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie. All right, Chris, how was your week?
So I got a call from Quick Trip, and I have an interview tomorrow, so I'm like super hyped up for that because I
Nice.
kind of want to get back into the work. And then a really weird thing, but also cool thing that happened. So I used to work at Kohler Lodge. It's like this like restaurant hotel in Green Bay, and I haven't worked there since like November, but I'm still like on their like list of like employees. So they sent me free lasagna
Oh,
like for pickup.
Nice.
So
Just
yeah,
free lasagna.
yeah, so all I had to do was just show up and like give them my badge, and then I got free lasagna, and it fed my family. So
wow.
that was really cool and
Wow.
unexpected. And also,
Yeah,
I
say.
I guess I still work there, so that's
say.
that's something.
Still get the discounts. That's kind of sick,
Yeah.
actually.
So yeah,
Man, I
But
want
yeah.
some free lasagna.
oh, it was super good. But yeah, that was the most exciting highlight of my week. So-
Nice. Yeah. So today's podcast is gonna be one that's less structured than usual. We've been kind of experimenting recently with podcasts where we kind of just go on the fly. We just get some topics, and this week Elijah, I think, came up with about 7 topics we're gonna talk about. If I'm
Yeah,
right.
I've got a. Yep, yeah. I've got a good amount of topics for us to discuss, and we will just go. Post. We can kind of think of it as a mystery unboxing, if you will, because the rest of these guys don't know anything about the questions. So
Yes, and in the thumbnail, I'm gonna clickbait everybody watching. It's gonna be like a box, and we're all gonna be like all shocked. But
you've been forewarned. We do
You've
shameless
been-
clickbaits.
exactly. But I think we're just gonna get into it. So Elijah, open up the box.
All right, I got a toughie for the first one. This one's a thinker. Got to put those thinking caps on. Okay, the first question: how many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Hmm.
Oh man.
No, take your time if you need to think about it. We don't need answers right away, but
How many chickens?
I'm gonna say, oh, I got this. I
Yeah,
think
go
it's
ahead.
impossible. I think it's impossible because I feel like, because I'm like picturing this right now, like even if there's like 50,000 chickens, like an elephant, no, for real, like an elephant is so big, it would just like crush it, and like what are they gonna do? Peck it to death? So I don't know.
have you ever been around an angry chicken, man?
Yeah.
They've got some
They're-
mean peckers on them. Those
Yeah, but
claws,
elephants-
Relentless.
talons.
Elephants are like tough, isn't their skin like tougher than like, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know,
it's gotta be strong.
I feel like given enough chickens, I think they might be able to get through.
I don't know.
The question, I guess, the question is just how many.
So I'm gonna go with, and this is my route. So I am going to find the hungriest elephant out of all of them, and I'm gonna choose I'll choose like 4,000. No, how much? 1,000 chickens, and I'm just gonna assume it's gonna eat so much will go into like elephant cardiac arrest from too much chicken.
Ooh,
Eating it.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's my take. You're all thinking it's gonna peck it? No way.
Elephants are.
So the elephant. I don't think they're carnivores, Mike.
Yeah, I don't think they're carnivorous.
I will paint them green. I will paint the chickens green, and pass
Cover
them
them
on.
in spinach.
Yeah, no. For real though, how big is an elephant? Because let's see.
Huge, massive, the size of an elephant, man. I don't know, to be honest.
All right, 3,553.
It's very specific. I like it.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't
And
know.
An
They're pretty
elephant's
feisty.
brain is 11 to 13 pounds, according to this website.
Jeez.
Big brain
And-
time.
Big
Wow,
brain.
yeah, they got a real big brain. They might outsmart those chickens.
Okay.
So, well, okay. So, logistically speaking, though, how are we gonna get these chickens to attack this elephant? Like, I mean, because we know chickens can be ferocious. They're the birds of prey of the farm. How can we get them to attack this elephant, though?
We framed the elephant, making it look like it ate their children, like their eggs.
Yeah.
And you know,
Frame it.
chickens-
Okay.
and
Chickens
mama,
get pretty heated over that.
mama chicken,
They do. They don't like it when you take their eggs.
and that's how you do it.
All right. So we framed the
have-
elephant for stealing, and we're gonna need at least 3,000 chickens.
Yeah, around there.
I have a completely different route. that I can
Alright.
take this thing.
What are you thinking, Grant?
Okay, so the only two ways an elephant can breathe is through its trunk
Oh,
and its mouth. So I'm saying 2 chickens, boom, dead.
Oh wow.
Plug up its
Yeah,
trunk.
I suppose if the chickens are strategic enough and they want to make the self-sacrifice, they could just go for it. 2 chickens, they're done.
Yep.
All right, that's a pretty good strategy. Not gonna lie.
that's a strat and a half, bud. I'm gonna have to give it to that one. Well, I mean, nice. I think we all agreed that elephants are pretty big. However, with enough chickens, I think it's possible.
Definitely possible.
I do.
Yeah.
All
If you
right.
give the motivation, then yes.
Yeah, you got to get them motivated. That's the key, really.
Framing elephants 2020. Anything's possible. Okay, Elijah, the next question.
All right. The next topic we got for you is this one's a question, another opinion. What is the best type of pie?
Ooh.
And if you can't think of the best, got to get like a couple top ones.
I think lemon meringue is one of the best, but at like a technical level, apple pie, like hot apple
yes.
pie, is fantastic.
Mhm.
Even like, you know, another thing too, like apple pie is really hard to screw up. So like even the worst apple pie I've had is still delicious. It's kind of like pizza. Like I've never had a
Yeah.
bad slice of pizza.
That is true. Although
Yeah.
sometimes they can get way too much crust on pies. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I agree. They are kind of hard to mess up.
I have a top 3 list just in my head really quick of the best pie.
All right.
So coming in at
Give
our
it to
number
us.
3 spot, bud, boys, the key lime pie. I like key lime pie.
Mm.
I think it's pretty good.
I like key lime pie too.
Grant?
I think honestly,
I don't know.
I've only had key lime pie like legit like once or twice, but the like yogurt flavored key lime pie that's
Yeah.
pretty on point.
Grant, I heard you kind of gruntle there at my remark. Care to
Yeah.
banter with me?
Did you
Not
want
a
to
huge
add to that?
fan of key lime pie? I'm
Well,
sorry.
when was your first time having key lime pie, Grant? Let's
a
tra-
while ago. 'cause
let's
I
trace
haven't
this
had it a
back.
lot- haven't had it a lot since, that's for sure.
Well,
I
you
would
know,
agree with
once
Elijah.
tried it once.
I'm gonna agree with Elijah with the yogurt. Yogurt is actually pretty good.
Okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
the pie
so
itself?
he likes key lime
Mm.
flavor, but not the pie.
Yep.
Hey,
Okay.
is Boston cream pie a pie, or is it just like?
I
Like
mean,
called
given
pie.
the name, I would imagine it is.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not your traditional pie. You know what I mean? Like it is a
Yeah.
pie, but it's not. But also, I feel like it could be a cake
Uh,
because like it's a cake with like Boston cream in it.
I
You know
am
what I mean?
unsure. I
'Cause, like-
had neither Boston cream pie or Boston cream.
Because like when I think of a pie, I think of like the crust, and then it's just filled. You know, just filled with like whatever, like if it's apple or if it's like lemon meringue, and then you put like maybe a topping on. Where like Boston cream pie is like it's cake but with pudding.
I'm
You
gonna
know what I
say
mean?
it. That is a cake if I've ever seen one. I don't think it's a pie.
See, yeah, I think it's a cake, but then it's called a pie, so it must be more pie
Oh.
than cake.
It's
So
a-
I don't know. I was curious
Oh,
if you guys knew
alright.
at the top of your head, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was thinking more traditional pies, but yeah, I guess if it's technically a pie.
Because if it's technically a pie, then I would put that at my number one. Because that is delicious.
Never had it.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
I've
have
had
to give
either.
it a try.
Where's a good place in Wisconsin to get one?
Boston cream pie?
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta go to Boston.
well, yeah, but
Well, no. So
No
like,
other
place.
place you can get them from. They gotta be the ones from Boston.
when I used to live in Green Bay before I moved to like the Pier, which it's super close. But anyways, in Green Bay, if you go a little ways, there's this Pulaski. It was like I forget, but anyways, Pulaski had this like restaurant called Grandma's, and it made the best Boston cream pie I've ever had. But I haven't been there since like I was in like 6th grade, so I have no idea if it's open or not, or like if it exists, or. But that was really good.
interesting. Do you guys think shepherd's pie counts as a pie?
Yeah, 100%.
It's in the name, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. but-
Anything. Well, if we're all gonna bend the rules here a little bit, so I actually like this thing my dad makes. I guess it's not technically pie, but it's got all the main stuff of pie. It's called rhubarb tort. So it's got
Oh.
like graham cracker crust on the bottom, like a rhubarb like jelly filling in the middle, and then top it off you got like marshmallow mixed with Cool Whip, and you just spread that over. It's not technically a pie. It doesn't come in a circular pan, but it's delicious. I would
Yeah.
say that has to be my
That sounds
number
pretty
one
good.
pie.
That sounds, Eli, that sounds
Right.
amazing, but I'm going to stop you right there. A torch is not a pie.
Oh, come on. You got a cake.
yeah, you had literal cake, bud.
You won't give me a tort, but you can have a cake.
Man. Okay, to build on top of that, I'll start with Grant. Grant, what is something? What is a pie or I guess dessert your mom makes that is just like really good? It could be your dad. I don't know.
Kind of like Elijah's type of dessert. It's like crushed up pretzels crust on the bottom, and then like strawberries and Jello on the top,
Whoa.
and then above that, it's like a whipped cream layer above that. It's just so good.
What do you
And
call
it's
it?
got strawberries, so it's kind of healthy.
Yeah. Definitely related. Not in the same species, but same family
Yeah.
for sure.
Distant
Same
cousins.
family of desserts. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, back to my list. Number 2 is a good old peach pie. It's just good old peach pie, you know. It's hot.
Do you
Good old peach pie.
do you have it a la mode?
Was it?
Do you have it a la mode?
Not gonna lie, don't know what that means.
Oh, you put ice cream on it.
Okay, yeah. So I know that's what it's called, but I was about to say you gotta put ice cream on it.
A la mode, yeah. It's a thing, right?
Eh,
Someone back me up.
I
here.
don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. Usually when someone gives me that, they go, "You want some ice cream?" I'm like, "Yeah, vanilla." But but yeah, wait, yeah. But like a la mode, is that what you said?
Yeah, a la mode. Actually,
A la mode.
I got a fun story. So you know how like there's mean, median, and mode or whatever, and
Oh.
you can never keep them straight. You can always remember mode because it's ice cream and you want more of it. A la mode. There you
A
go.
la mode.
You'll
Okay.
never forget it now.
You have
Yeah,
enlightened me.
okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And then my number 1, which I'm kind of forgetting already. No, yeah, no, just what is it? Oh, geez. How do I forget? Okay, it's something like I think it's strawberry or cherry. I don't know. I think both.
Ooh, cherry pie.
But cherry pie, my dad makes actually pretty good cherry pie,
Mm.
and his secret though, he says, it is the crust. It's all in the crust. He says you could have bad
It's all in the
strawberry.
crust.
You could have bad strawberries, but as long as your crust is like banging, you're good. It's like
That's true. I mean, the fruit's always like doused in syrup anyway, so
yep,
it really doesn't matter.
all in the crust.
All in the crust. There you go. That's pretty cool. Actually, I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I'm a big fan of pumpkin pie. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, pumpkin pie is
And
really good.
honestly, it's purely sentimental for me because like my grandpa used to make like really good pumpkin pie,
Oh, okay.
and like I wouldn't even say it's the best like tasting pie, but it's just so like sentimental for me that I would have to say pumpkin pie's got to be one of the best
Yeah.
pies,
It's iconic.
and
Yeah.
it is iconic too.
I'm a big pumpkin pie guy, which isn't it? It's like more cinnamon than it is like actual pumpkin, right? It's not even like how do you make
Yeah.
pumpkin pie?
Well, with pumpkins.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I guess it isn't a super strong like pumpkin flavor though. I know what you mean.
I'm
I
looking
guess
this
it
up.
depends how you make it.
Pumpkin pie recipe.
What goes in pumpkin pie? Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, egg, brown sugar, cornstarch, cinnamon.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that is all you need. You definitely got to have the cinnamon though.
Oh yeah,
Definitely complements that pumpkin flavor.
interesting. Good old spooky Halloween
Right.
vibes. But nice. All right, let's go on to the next question.
All right. Oh, this one actually is a thinker. All right, next question. In 40 years, what do you think people will be nostalgic for?
COVID. No, just kidding.
Whoa, let's
I
not
don't
go
know
there.
about that, boss.
I'm joking. No.
Stop with the jokes, Jacob.
We're not joking. Okay. Okay. For real though, nostalgic for 60.
Okay, if you're thinking, I got a thing. What if like in 40 years, what if like rap and hip hop music is like completely dead? Like
Yeah.
it was given the boot, it's gone. Do you think people are gonna be nostalgic for it? And I guess to add to that, do you think it will like go away in the next 40 years?
Nah, I think it'll evolve. But
Yeah, it's
it'll
gonna.
probably not sound at all like what
Right.
we
do you
have
think
now, but
it's right?
Yeah.
but I think kind of like rock. You know, rock has adapted over the years and has many different genres that kind of built off one another
That's true.
over time.
But I guess then, so do you think if it's gonna sound a lot different, are people gonna be nostalgic for like that 2010s sound?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
The Jason
This is
Derulo.
Yeah,
it's a little off
Jason
topic, but
Derulo.
I feel like this might be a weird one, but like early Netflix, like when Netflix was like just kind of peaking, you know what I'm talking about, like 2012 to 2015, that period of Netflix. I feel like Netflix is still Netflix, but at the same time, like it's really has changed, and like that was like the time where like streaming services, it was basically just Netflix. So I don't know, I'm kind of nostalgic for
Yeah.
that a little bit, because also like now Netflix has so much of their own original content, where back in that time it was like all I'm thinking of is
Movies.
like Orange is the New Black and like House of Cards, and like, you know what I mean, like they didn't have a lot of original stuff.
Right. Do you think like Netflix is gonna be like come another Disney where people are like looking back and like I gotta watch those original Netflix movies? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm serious. I feel like that's gonna be the thing in 20 years. It'll be like, oh, I remember this chapter of Netflix, or I don't know.
Yeah. People are
I
gonna be vibing for the Game of Thrones in 40 years.
I have a theory.
It's true.
And not really a theory, but this is why I think people are gonna be nostalgic over. So I do think that, like Chris was saying, the whole streaming services thing is getting kind of crazy. But remember being like younger and having to like wait like at 8 o'clock or whatever time it was for a new episode to air on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network,
Yeah.
like waiting for an
Sure.
episode. Now everything's streamed. There is no waiting. Like it just gets uploaded to these streaming services and then you watch. I think I will be 60. I will tell my grandkids when they're watching their like cartoons that are streaming off whatever it's streaming. I'm gonna be like, back in my day, I had to
Right.
get an announcement from like the broadcast that a new episode's coming out Thursday, and then after school go to my cousin's house and then wait 30 minutes while it aired. I don't know. I feel like I would say that, but
True. That is an
Yeah.
interesting point because I mean they just keep getting faster and faster with pumping out TV shows, and it's like they're gonna get it down to where they're doing like 2 seasons a year, and it's just gonna be like boom, all the episodes.
yeah. Do you guys feel like, kind of off topic, but do you feel like entertainment is like getting like jokes are getting like shorter and shorter as far as like attention span goes?
Oh yeah, that's like legit.
I think
Well,
because
like,
yeah, go ahead.
well, no, but I mean, like, humor evolves over time too, you know. But yeah, I agree because like, I feel like jokes are like shorter and like, okay, this is kind of like a weird example, but like when I was a kid, SpongeBob was like probably a super meta show. There were other shows too, but like for kid shows, you know. But now like,
Do you say
you-
SpongeBob's super meta?
but like now it's like every show is pretty meta. Like every show has some kind of like meta reference. Even shows that like take themselves seriously, like and like okay, like Rick and Morty is super meta, but like they're not. There's so many shows like that now, both kid shows and adult shows.
Yeah,
Because that's
true.
what humor is now. Like a lot of humor is just like taking cliches from like other past forms of media and being like kind of like putting that upside down and like it's meta humor, you know. I can't really describe it, but
That's true. You think they're gonna rotate back, and in 40 years they're gonna be back on the sitcom laugh tracks all over again?
oh, I hope not. But see, I don't know, cause what was it like? The Three Stooges, like back in the day, that was hilarious, and I watch that now. It's like, it's just three. You know what I mean? But like that was
That's
like
true.
peak. But that was like peak comedy back then. So comedy's like always evolving and always kind of
Yeah.
like changing with the times, and also like what we think is hilarious now, probably like our kids will be like, that's so not funny.
Really
That's
like,
dumb.
true.
Yeah.
like really dumb.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, so what about this? Do you think people like maybe humor will evolve, kind of like you're saying, and people will look more for that like bigger jokes rather than like kind of the quick gratification that we kind of expect from like humor now? Do you think maybe like people are gonna be nostalgic like us for like TikToks and stuff? Because that just like maybe that won't be a thing anymore. Maybe people are gonna want like more in-depth humor than just quick little 6-second videos.
I think personally, because there's this whole notion right now. It's kind of a meme on the internet where the meme is like loud equals funny, and people like make fun of it. Like the louder you are, the more funny it's gonna be,
Yeah.
which totally
Yeah.
defeats the purpose of like building up to a joke. But like you were saying, I don't know. I can see the next generation of kids maybe being a little bit more clever. I don't know. Maybe because there might be a cycle. 'Cause I feel like no offense, but boomers, older people, they
Oh
tend.
no, we're getting
No,
political.
no.
Oh,
Boomers
chicken.
tend. Listen, boomers. This is even political. Boomers tend to love clever jokes. Have you noticed that? Like they love a punchline. They love cleverness. Where like
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
where if you show me a video of some dude just screaming, as like I would probably laugh.
You'll start laughing. Yeah.
Like loud equals
See,
funny. But,
I'm
See,
laughing
I like-
just thinking about it.
I like both. I'm like I love some clever jokes, but also I love like random humor. Like okay, do you remember the show Mad TV on like Cartoon Network? Mad.
yeah.
Like, okay, it's super dumb, but like that was like my kind of humor when I was like in 6th grade. Like it was just pop culture references and like just random cutaways and like or like Robot Chicken.
Mhm.
Like it's dumb, it's pointless, but it's hilarious to me. But also like at the same time, like I love like stand-up comedians who are super clever and like you know what I mean? Like they say a line in their joke and it like takes you like half a second to be like, oh, I get that. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Speaking of comedians, I just want to go around and ask everybody like what is everybody's favorite comedian? But also Chris, because you're just on the topic. But
My favorite comedian?
yeah,
I have 3. I love Robin Williams with a passion. Great, hilarious guy. I also really like George Carlin, but he's more of a philosopher comedian. So he's not always funny, but he brings up good points. But of modern comedians, I really like Pete Davidson, and I got to give it to like Fluffy Gabriel Iglesias. Like that dude, he's a funny guy. But yeah, those are. Chris Tucker also I really like.
Yeah, Chris Tucker's pretty good.
Chris Tucker's pretty funny.
Grant, what are your favorite comedians?
Gonna have to go with Chris D'Elia.
Oh yeah, okay.
I like Jim Gaffigan. If you've ever heard of him.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's
him.
pretty.
Yeah.
He's pretty relatable
He's pretty.
guy.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
I think. And maybe Dave Chappelle.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot about Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Chappelle's good.
All right, Elijah, any you like?
I guess I'm not huge into like stand-up comedy. Although one guy that I found that is really funny is John Mulaney. So I guess he's kind of newer, but he's on like a bunch of his stuff is on Netflix, and I've watched a bunch of it. Actually, my girlfriend showed me him, and so shout out to her. But yeah, he's pretty funny. I like him as a comedian. So he's got a more like weird, dry, awkward sense of humor. But
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Nice. I would say, yeah, Dave Chappelle, Jim Carrey. Actually, some of his older stuff is really good. And this one might be, I don't know. I think you guys know who this is, but it might be. It's a different type of comedian. It's Bill Burr. If you guys know who Bill Burr is.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But
I know who that is.
He's like he has.
See-
Yeah, go ahead.
I love Bill Burr as a comedian, but as like a person, I don't know. Like I've seen him on a lot of podcasts, and he just kind of, it's like an a-hole in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like,
Yeah, I kind of. Yeah.
Funny guy, but he's just the worst.
but he makes me laugh. But like I feel like he's very, very rude to people, and like sometimes that's like funny because it's his thing. But like he literally has no filter, and sometimes it's like that's super rude. I don't know. I always
Takes
think of
it
like
too far.
like
Yeah.
do you know Jacob? You probably know. Do you know H3H3?
Yeah.
Like that's a whole other story. But
Yeah.
the H3H3 podcast where he had Bill Burr on, like it's so awkward to watch because
Yeah. People got mad at him.
well he upset Bill Burr, but Bill Burr, instead of like shaking it off and like not making it awkward, he like continued to make it more awkward, and it just
Yeah.
it was
Worse
so
and
I don't know.
worse.
Yeah, but I do find him funny though. He's a funny guy.
I just like how raw and realistic he is. Like he does not beat around the bush. He's very much like just a raw sense of humor, just like very upfront. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. Okay, Elijah, the next topic.
All right. Yeah. Next question. Okay. If life were a video game, what would be some cheat codes?
I do
Oh.
like this one.
I know one.
Go ahead, Grant.
Go ahead.
Teleportation. I mean, I for one would really enjoy that.
All right. There you go.
Travel
Cheat
the
code.
world. Yeah.
As I've talked about previously in the podcast, which I finally am doing because I finally got a working controller, but I'm speedrunning Mario 64. But in the game, there's a thing called backwards long jump where you can like glitch Mario into the ground, and then he just goes through walls like really fast. I would just start going through walls like
Just backward long jump.
just he makes a funny sound. He's like yeah, he just like flies. But imagine just like chilling in your room. You want to go downstairs, just clip through like the wall. Just get straight there. But no, I just have teleportation probably because you can't do that to like across the world. I'd want to go across the world probably.
True. That would be a pretty nice cheat code.
What about you,
Okay,
Chris?
I got
Okay,
a
you're
cheat.
good.
Oh yeah, I got a cheat code. So I think this is actually like a skill like people have. Like you guys know like what savant syndrome is, whatever.
Explain.
Yep.
But like without all the side effects, like I think it would be a cheat code if you could have like a photographic memory. Like if you just like
Oh.
looked at something once and you're like, oh yeah, I can recall that.
Just like
You know
remember
what I mean?
everything
Like
you see.
that would be such a cheat code. You'd never have to study. You'd always remember everything people would tell you. You'd always be right because you'd always remember everything. It'd just be a cheat code.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I posed the
You'd
question.
be too good.
What if what if it was a curse though? Like what if you saw something so traumatic you just couldn't repress it?
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like every time you think
Yeah, you
about
can
it, it's
never
like it's so
repress it.
vivid.
But I mean, I don't know that necessarily repressing stuff is something you want with a normal memory anyway.
Yeah, true. But I don't know. Let's just say. But also,
Just delete that file.
but yeah, delete it. It is a video
Can you
game.
just go in and just delete it?
But essentially, what intelligence is just remembering things. Like that's a big part of it.
Yeah,
So I mean,
I've always actually I've thought a lot about this of like what is intelligence, and like yeah, that's like just the thing that I think that like has like probably one of the biggest impacts. Like obviously there's a big part of it is like being able to like put things together and like figuring out things by putting it together, not just remembering information. But I feel like remembering information is just such a big part of intelligence, and just like you'd have such an unfair advantage over other people if you could just remember everything.
I would probably go on Jeopardy, because I figured this out. In Jeopardy, they actually give you like a packet full of like all the answers they're gonna ask. Which I thought it was just like you had to be,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
but not all,
serious?
yeah, but not all,
Jeopardy's a word bank.
kind of. But there's a twist though, because some of the questions are like vague or like not like the same question, and they don't use all the questions obviously, so they could ask one that's not even gonna be on it. So it's still kind of hard.
Oh, sure.
It's still hard, but yeah, I would just go to the Jeopardy packet, memorize that thing, and just go on and be like, okay, let's go.
Know everything.
Wow,
Hey.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Chris, what would you do?
I know it's kind of cliche, but obviously, like, if I could fly, like, that'd be pretty cool.
Fly.
Not gonna lie. Um,
They
this
take
one's
you
kind
places.
this one's kind of dumb, but like also, so I was like playing like a Japanese kind of video game, and like if you ever look, like everybody's got like great hair, so I
Chris,
don't know.
it's okay. You can call it anime.
Yeah,
We
but
know you
everybody-
watch anime, dude. I'm just kidding.
Everybody in fine. Everybody in anime has like great hair, so I don't know. Like sometimes it'd be like, yeah, if I could have like the Goku hair, you know, pretty,
Goku
pretty
hair.
a lot of swag, you
Oh.
know.
Chris's
thought of
cheat
another one.
code. Goku hair.
Goku hair.
But realistically, flying, like, come on, who wouldn't want to fly? You know.
That's true.
I
Now we're
agree.
talking like Superman flying, or you want some like wings to flap around?
Superman fly, but like I could rock the
True.
wings.
The wings would just kind of get in the way, but yeah, I know what you mean. They'd be fun for a little bit.
Cause like I don't know, what if you wanted to like if I wanted just to like go to Cali and visit Jacob, like I wouldn't have to get a plane ticket. I could just like hop on over,
Exactly.
you know?
That's true.
Superman your way over here.
Yeah.
Grant, you said you had one.
Yeah, I have another one. So, you know how you have like an inventory in like Skyrim or like Minecraft or something?
Yeah.
Just have like
Yep, I know.
have like an inventory wherever you go, and you can just like
Oh,
pull out something out of your backpack and just
that
you
would
know,
be pretty cool.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like store everything. Would there be like a limit?
No.
No
Well,
limit.
I
An
mean, I don't
unlimited inventory.
Yeah.
Just bring your
That's
house with
crazy.
you.
I mean, yeah, it'd probably be a cheat code even if it had a limit. Honestly.
Yeah.
That if that Chico was real,
That
that's the one guy I want to be stuck like in the woods with. If I ever was like stuck in the woods,
Yeah.
he would have
That's true.
he would have everything.
The guy
Yeah,
with the
deserted
infinite
island.
inventory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just let me just pull out my boat real quick.
Yeah. Nice. All right, next topic.
All right, back to another little silly one. What is the best type of cheese? Ooh, and we got 3
Ooh.
people from Wisconsin here, so there's probably some pretty strong opinions
Yeah.
about cheese.
I gotta be careful.
Yeah, Jacob, don't say the wrong one.
Yeah, Elijah, you can go first.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoy a sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
It's like probably like the most cliche cheese there is, but like a sharp cheddar is really good. I know some people aren't into the sharp, but I like the sharp cheddar.
It is true. I'm gonna say, oh man, I will say a few, but I will agree on sharp cheddar. Sharp cheddar is a good one. I actually do like pepper jack a lot, and I like me some like brie and gouda, especially gouda. Gouda's good a lot. Gouda's good on sandwiches, cheese and crackers. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I do actually really like Gouda cheese too. Gouda's really good. So Do you guys like Munster cheese? I think Munster cheese is actually really
Oh
good.
yeah,
too.
that's good too.
So it's good on sandwiches, crackers, the
I
things
want
you
to.
put cheese on.
I want to hear the Sheboygan boy in the chat of what he has to do with this. So
Right.
Grant, go ahead.
So, Jacob, you hit the nail on the head with pepper jack. I'm a big pepper jack guy.
Okay.
I like little zing with my cheese.
Like
So,
that
like, if you
zingy
put that-
cheese.
If you put that like on a burger or something, that's really good. And
Isn't pepper jack just Monterey cheese just spiced up?
yeah,
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's.
I don't know. I don't know that I've ever had just Monterey cheese. I mean, because I've had pepper jack plenty of times.
Monterey is
but-
really good too.
but yeah, and like a cheese spread. I'm a really big fan of the port wine cheese spread.
Mm.
Like if you put it on like crackers or something, that's really good.
Yeah, so
Port wine. I'm not familiar. Please explain.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's just really good.
He's like, I promise it exists. I know where to get it at the store.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna flex on Grant real fast. So it is Monterey Jack cheese. So it's Monterey Jack, and it is based on the town Monterey, which is 30 minutes away from here, where I live actually.
Ooh.
Okay.
So a little represent.
Ouch.
That's- Wow, what a zing. He's got the real pepper jack cheese by him. Actually, you know what's kind of funny? Something that I didn't realize, and maybe you guys knew this, but did you know, like, Parmesan cheese, like the Parmesan cheese you get in the store, most of it's not, like, actual Parmesan cheese?
Oh really?
Yeah,
They've been
because...
lying to us.
Yeah, they've been lying to you. That ain't Parmesan. So to be real Parmesan cheese, there is a region in Italy called Parmesan, and it has to be made there. And there's like, not kidding, there's only like 3 monks from a monastery who know the recipe, like
man.
the real recipe. Like people have been very good at like faking it and lying to you and telling you that boy's Parmesan, but it ain't Parmesan.
Whoa. So I've never had
But
real Parmesan?
Yeah, apparently though they
Whoa.
produce a ton of real Parmesan, and you can actually get some at the store. So yeah, go check it out. See if you can get some genuine Parmesan cheese from Parmesan, Italy.
I feel gypped. So what is this like fake Parmesan? It's just like nothing.
It's probably just like, I don't know. It's just some other type of cheese. They just
Yeah.
chemical it up to taste like Parmesan.
I do like
So-
Parmesan.
Yeah. Because, I mean, most people kind of know how that's true with, like, champagne, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with champagne. It has to be from, like, Champagne, Italy. But I did not know it was also true about Parmesan cheese.
I will say that the Italians know how to make some good food.
They
They-
do. Yes.
They take the cake, definitely.
Yeah.
Chris, what is your cheese taste looking like?
I really like Swiss
Yeah, it's just good.
because
Okay.
but I don't know. You guys kind of like, for me, all cheese is pretty good. Like a sharp cheddar is really good. Good old Wisconsin cheese curds are fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Yes.
Either
Can't
like
forget to mention.
either squeaky or like fried. I'll take them either way. So,
That's true.
but yeah, that's about it. I love cheese.
All right.
Shout out the cheese lovers out there. Sorry if you cannot. Yeah, sorry for those lactose intolerant people.
Yeah. Not much disagreement here. We just all like cheese. So.
I actually have an
Have you
interesting. Go ahead, Elijah.
Oh no. You go ahead.
All
You
right.
first.
So this is actually pretty cool because I heard this on another podcast. But so you know how a lot of people are lactose intolerant, like their stomach can't handle cheese or like milk or dairy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually normal. So humans were actually supposed to not be able to process dairy. It's actually it's like a mutation if you can, but in certain parts of the world, like if you like back then, especially back then when like resources were scarce, if you could process like dairy from a cow, it was considered an advantage because it was like it was access to more nutrients basically.
Oh.
So people
That makes sense.
So people would purposely breed with people who could like have I'm serious. They had this mutation because it was a sign of wealth and a sign of our kids can be better off because they can eat like more nutrients from cows.
Wow.
A little fun fact.
Imagine only marrying someone because they
Yeah.
can eat cheese.
Yeah, I know that.
That's crazy.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, like I don't care how she looked, but if she drink milk, give me that.
she drink milk though. Okay.
She's the one.
She's the one.
Imagine if that was like.
we
Imagine.
got ourselves a milk drinker here.
Imagine if that was today. There's like a Tinder category like milk drinker. You're like, okay.
Yeah,
You won me over.
it's kind of a flex on Tinder. Yeah, I drink milk.
Oh, but yeah, Elijah, what were you gonna say earlier?
Oh, it passed my mind.
Dang, I feel bad now. But hey, that's life, guys. All right, Elijah, the next question.
All right, next question. On from the cheese. All right, what is the most embarrassing thing you guys have ever worn? And if none of you got something, I got one.
I do, but I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I guess it wasn't even really embarrassing because it was kind of funny. So for a play in, I think I would have been in 8th or 7th grade. So at my grade school, everyone was required to do the play, even though I didn't like theater at all. But I had like 2 lines. My 8th grade year, I was the angel. And they put me up in a boom lift, and I came up, it was kind of epic. I came up behind the stage, raised up, and what am I wearing? Some pink tutu, a pink tutu and fairy wings. And
Nice.
it was probably pretty embarrassing, but it got some laughs, you know? So that's probably the most
Definitely.
embarrassing thing I've worn. But it was kind of for a joke, so it wasn't that embarrassing.
Dang. Grant, what about you?
I can't really think of anything. I don't know. Ooh. Maybe when my mom bought me gray corduroy pants and I had to wear them to school. I don't know.
But Grant, corduroy's back in style.
Yeah, okay, now they are. Back in like, 7th grade, I don't think so. I don't know. I was like really embarrassed to wear them, but like my mom really wanted me to.
Grant, you were
bought
just
them for
ahead
me.
of the times.
I guess so.
Everyone else living in 2012, Grant was living in 2020.
Nice. Chris, what about you?
Oh boy, I've worn a lot of stupid things. I think that like the dumbest, like so, my family we had this like Easter bunny costume, and like when I was in 8th grade, I wore it and like I got a bunch of laughs. So, like, I thought, oh yeah, I'll like wear it again for like wacky day for high school, and I was kind of dumb. Like I shouldn't have like gone all out. I should just kind of maintained a low profile. Because, most people at my high school was like on wacky day, you would wear just like sweatpants, And I did wear sweatpants underneath the bunny costume, but I came in rolling in this bunny costume. And I think I only wore it for like 2 classes. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm taking this off. But
Just ditched
it was just like probably the craziest thing I've worn in public. It was just a full on like bunny suit. I did get some laughs. Like looking back, it was kind of funny. But at the same time, it was like most people didn't try hard on wacky day, and I like realized that compared to like my old school. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And like
yeah, good.
Crocs too. I used to have like a lot of Crocs.
Hey, Crocs are nice though. Like when you were younger, those were like the freshest things.
Oh yeah, no, they were, but I don't know. I just like don't get them now.
True.
I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I have never owned a pair of Crocs.
Yeah, minority
Same.
gang. What, Grant?
Yeah.
You've disappointed
Sue me.
dude.
All right, so we got 2v2 here.
I loved Crocs, dude.
Should we start this debate up? Crocs?
Listen, Crocs were so cool.
I've never owned a pair because I never felt like I need them. Why do I need some Crocs? Convince me.
You don't.
You do though. Crocs are so cool.
Yes, Chris.
So listen, I lived.
No, because I had this conversation with my sister. Because a lot of girls wear like white Crocs,
Yeah.
and I just like it doesn't look bad, but I don't know. I just feel like they came back last year, and I don't think they look good. I don't know. I feel like Crocs are like they're comfy, but I don't think they look like good. They look like plastic toys on your feet. That's
Chris
my
is not a
opinion.
fan of the looks.
That's
All
my
right.
opinion.
So we can all
But I don't know.
maybe we'll disagree on the looks, but tell it to me, Jacob. Are they useful or not? Why should I get a pair?
I grew up on a lake, and on a lake, and my aunt lived down the street, and she had a pool, and sometimes, and I lived where like the roads were kind of gravelly, so it was kind of hard to like walk barefoot. But after jumping out of the lake or a pool, you can't put on like shoes. So what do? You slip on some Crocs and you start walking. But not even that. Crocs were so cool. You could like buy those little like decorative things you put in the holes. I don't even know what they're called. But I would put like so many of those on. And I was so cool. So you know how the back of the Croc has like that handle to like catch your ankle?
Right, the sport mode.
Oh, I would tear that puppy off, and I bought custom. I
You
bought
ripped it off.
I bought custom like leather ones, or I don't even know what they were, like custom,
Oh.
and they were so cool. And every kid in school wanted them so bad. I rode Crocs until they died. Like they were the coolest shoes in my opinion. But hey,
Wow.
Did your Crocs have flames on the side?
no, but mine were always like super bright. I had like a lime green, I think an orange pair and a yellow pair. Yeah, and a black pair. I think I went through 4 in my childhood, so I love me some Crocs.
Yeah, they do seem kind of like useful shoes to have. Like, I really don't know if I'd ever wear them around to like school or like anything else like that's not like associated with something doing with water.
True.
But my parents actually just recently moved to a house that is on a lake, and I feel like, I don't know, the Crocs, they seem like they got some utility to them, so I might just have to buy a pair, leave them up there, might use them while I'm on the lake.
And the best feeling ever, and all the comments, and you guys might like bash me for this, but socks and Crocs, guys.
Socks and
Socks and Crocs.
It feels so powerful. Like
Socks and Crocs.
it is a feeling.
Man, I don't know, man.
Hey, don't hate it till you try it.
I've never tried it. It's definitely not as egregious as like thong sandals.
Yeah.
So as long as we're not going there, I think I'll keep quiet on this one.
Okay. Wait, Elijah, what was the original question we were even talking about?
Weirdest thing you've ever worn,
Okay, so I have a story.
Oh, yeah.
or most embarrassing.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I always come in with the freshest stuff. Today though, I just wear like blue jeans and a t-shirt. But back then, my mom would always like go to the Gap, get me gapped out with like the coolest stuff. So this was around, I think, so I had intermediate school. If you guys know what that is, it was basically just like 3rd to 5th. I don't know why they had intermediate school, but like I went from like preschool to 2nd grade. I went to elementary school. 3rd through 5th was an intermediate school, a whole different location, and then I went to a middle school like everybody else. So in my intermediate school, there was a, what is it? I think it was 4th or 3rd grade. It may have been like 4th, but so viewers at home won't know. If you want to know, follow my Instagram and Grant's because he's a picture. But you know those green bean pants for track guys?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, yeah, of course.
You know that material that like I don't even know what they call that material. It's like super
The
like
swishy material.
yeah
Yeah.
So I was wearing some of those Swish boys at school. They may have been Gap, I don't know, but they were like brown, like light brown Swish pants.
Oh, brown swish boys.
But they weren't as baggy. So I'm sitting there, and in the morning you could like get breakfast if you came early to school, and then go to class and eat in your classroom. So I got some chocolate milk. If you guys know what tornadoes are, I got a tornado. I'm like the cool kid. I got a little snack. So I think around 2nd period, so I ate my tornado. I have my milk in my hand. Around 2nd period, we're going to like, I think it was like recess. I don't know. So we're all in line to go to recess, and I have my milk in my hand because I'm finishing it. And this kid, which I forget who it was, had the audacity to like back into me, and I spill my milk all over my swishy pants. And I was like, oh, dude. And it was chocolate milk, mind you that. And I was like, bud, what are you doing? And so I throw away the milk. And so I'm like, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? I'm trying to like wash this off, like wash this milk off. So like I washed it off with like water and like a napkin. But sure enough, it's just stained with like brown it's stained brown all over these like these gray like squishy pants, like everywhere. It looks so bad. And then I'm sitting in class. I don't care. It looks horrible. But then it starts to smell like rotten milk. Like it was so bad.
Oh.
Everybody just keeps looking at me weird, and they can smell it too. And so eventually, I'm like, teacher, can I go to the bathroom again? So this time, I add a little combo to my solution. I put napkin, napkin, water, and then soap. And then I start scrubbing, and then like for some reason the consistency of my pants made like the chocolate milk oily, and it just spread more. And and it smelled like Dove, rotten milk, and like a sad kid crying, which was me.
Oh no.
And the whole day it smelled so bad. And my mom picked me up. She was like, "How was school?" I was like, "I don't want to talk about it."
Worst day of my life.
I just remember how bad it was. I was like, "Jeez." It was pretty bad. And also, quick story. Sorry, this kind of matches the theme. This is actually 2 months ago in my English 101 class here at WLC. I had it was first period. I had my coffee in my to-go coffee. The lid was off, so it's exposed, and I have it at the end of my desk, and I opened my laptop, right, and apparently my laptop lid knocked it over. It falls on the ground, spills everywhere. But I don't know this, and the whole class she's teaching, and she probably saw it too. I don't know what she was doing, and I'm near the I'm in the front, but you can still see in front of me. So all the kids, even the person next to me, is seeing this. No one is telling me that I've spilled my coffee. And
oh no.
The end of class happens 10 minutes. I'm packing up. I look down. I'm like, what?
That's my coffee.
That's my coffee. What's it doing on the ground?
I look at my boy to the left. I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, you spilled it in the beginning. I'm like, are you gonna tell me?
Oh no.
And so I just get up. I'm trying to clean it up. It's a carpet. I'm like, oh my gosh. But the teacher just does not care. And there's coffee everywhere on the desk, on my laptop. Nobody told me. And then I come back a day later, and there's just a giant brown stain on the ground. And no one cares.
Oh, no.
I'm like, man, you guys do not get paid enough for this because
it's gonna be the Jacob stain now forever.
Yeah.
They're never gonna replace that, and it's just gonna be there.
bottom basement of the library, room 201. If you ever walk in, the first.
I'm telling you,
There it is.
you're gonna come back in 10 years, and there will be the Jacob stain.
That no one bothered to care about. But yeah. Okay, Elijah, how many more questions do you have?
That is all I have for you boys today. Actually.
Nice. So we're actually at 52 minutes, which is pretty good.
Nice.
But we can just talk for a few minutes and then just wrap it up if that sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. One thing I want to talk about is how is the weather there? Because I know last week, if I'm not mistaken, you guys said it was not that good.
Well,
It's been
it's
off
kind-
and on.
yeah, I would say it's
Somewhat.
kind of weird down here because it's they've got green grass and the sun is out most days, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's summer. I want to go outside, but then you go outside and it's 40 degrees. So you're like, nah, I'm going back inside. So that's kind of what it is here now. It actually rained today, but I mean, it's been okay. What about you? Is it hot by you guys?
For me, it was kind of, what is it? Last week was 60, which I'm not going to lie, pretty nice. And then over the weekend, it was kind of 50, 40s, groggy. And then today it is 90 almost. So I've been all the windows open, pretty hot. I'm not complaining though. I was there in Wisconsin for all of February, January.
That's true.
In March.
You were there for the worst months, honestly.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of enjoying it. But Grant, how's Sheboygan treating you?
It's pretty good. Just a couple days ago, it's annoying because the thermostat, it would read 60 or 58, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go outside and do something. But I go outside and there's 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Jeez.
And
Oh,
it feels
yeah.
like it's 30. So
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
that's great. But yeah.
What about you, Chris? You live near you live South Green Bay, right?
Yeah, it's been decent actually. It's been upper 40s, lower 50s a few days, but very rainy by my house. So not the best.
True. I would say hopefully it gets better as summer is coming. But yeah. And then also, before I wrap up the podcast, I kind of want to do maybe a new bit, like a new thing. It's short, but I want to do like a video of the week, and it's just like a video that one of us have seen throughout the week. We can just link it in the description. And I want to talk to you guys about this video about the ice beard. So it was a small Vice documentary, and there's this guy that lives actually on Lake Michigan, but he lives in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, like the little island coming off of,
So not really Michigan.
Yeah, they call it something like there's a
Annexed Wisconsin.
yeah,
Yes.
they call it like a nickname. But this guy lives in an RV, and he surfs during like the winter time.
Oh yes.
Like
I've
he's
heard
like
of that.
Holy
yeah,
cow.
like he is super awesome. But he's like a folk legend. Like some people don't believe in him, but like he is real. But he has this huge beard, and his beard just like freezes, and there's like these huge icicles on it, and he just surfs out there with like this like frozen beard. And
That is crazy.
he's pretty cool. But I'll put the link in the description for any viewers that want to check out the Iceman.
Yeah.
Ice
Oh yeah, and
beard.
anyways, Vice News, they have some of the best kind of mini documentaries that I think you can watch on YouTube.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Always the craziest things, hence the name. But
yes, I do like me some Vice. But yeah,
yes, sir.
I think I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Good podcast. But also for our viewers back at their homes, hopefully being quarantined, we have made a Instagram account, and we got some followers. But if you want to go ahead and also in the description, I will put the link for that. You can go ahead and give us a follow for any updates, anything that we're doing, maybe some spoilers of future episodes we're gonna talk about. But yeah, thank you for everybody that's been supporting us. We've actually had a lot. I've had a lot of people reach out to me at least, talking about how much they enjoy the podcast. But yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for episode. Was it 7? This is 8. This is 7. We'll see you for 8, possibly Sunday or next week. But yeah, thanks for watching.